Hello guys, welcome back to my channel Tech and Travel. So today the topic is how to set up Jenkins in Linux server. So as I always show you the simple steps, so today also we'll be doing the simple steps basically. So now let's start. So basically to set up Jenkins you need to make sure you have Java in your servers or in your local machines. So now let's see in my server if I have the Java. So I'm going to run Java version. As you can see, I already have OpenJDK 11.0.18. So now if you guys do not have Java, just run a command to install Java. So I'm using a package manager called DNF in Linux. So that's what basically I will be running to install the Java. As you can see, this command, Control C, I do this. If I run it, so basically it will download Java and install in my machine. As you know that I already have Java in my machine, so I'm not going to run this command. So so now as it is a prerequisite before you start Jenkins. So now we know that we have now Java installed, so now we can continue our setting up the Jenkins. So the first thing on the Jenkins, we have to download the Jenkins repository file from the official Jenkins site. So for that I'm going to run this sudo wget, and then you can see I am going to save it in the etc um.repos.d Jenkins repo. So I will download it from this link. So basically what I'm going to do, I will copy this command and I will just run it on my Linux server. So as you can see, now it is connected to the Jenkins repos. So now my second part is to import the Jenkins repository key so that we can verify the authenticity of the package. So for that, as you can see, I have to run this import and import the Jenkins keys. So now I'm going to go there, I do Ctrl C, then as you can see in my command, I'm going to run it. And now the key had imported in my system. So now the next step will be DNF, but we don't need DNF upgrade because like my DNF is already upgraded in my Linux server, and as you know we already installed Java. So these two steps we don't need to do it. Then we can go to the next step of the installing Jenkins. So now it's a simple command. So because I'm using DNF package manager, so I'm going to do the same command, and you can see I'm going to run this command right now. So as you can see, now it is downloading Jenkins, right? So let's wait. Then it's the install, then it's like, this okay? I'm like, yes, it's okay. So now you can see it is downloading Jenkins. So now let's wait a bit and see what's going on. Let it finish, then we continue. So let's wait a bit. So as you can see, I'm right now doing for Linux. Maybe my second video I'll bring it how to do it in Windows and set up Jenkins, and also I'll be bringing how to automate your task using Jenkins so that when you do a project it can deploy automatic, and so that your CI/CD pipeline is fully set up. So now let's wait for it. It is almost done. Okay, now it is installing. Okay, perfect. Now the Jenkins installation is completed. So now we have to, and sometimes when in the Linux, when you install something, sometimes it's always better to restart the system service so that it can refresh the system services on the Linux. So for that, I'm going to run this command. As you can see, I'm going to run this command of the systemctl command reload. Okay, now my system services, I just restarted it or reloaded it so that we don't face any kind of interruption in case. So now the next step, as you know that we already installed Jenkins, we need to start now Jenkins. So now I'm coming here. Now let's start Jenkins. I'm going to enable Jenkins. As you can see, there is the Jenkins service there enabled, because you're gonna see created symlink between Jenkins service and Jenkins service. So then the next step is to start Jenkins. So let's start Jenkins. So I'm going to run this command. As you can see, it's a very simple step: sudo system control start Jenkins. As you can see, I'm now trying to start Jenkins. Hopefully it will be starting soon. Let's wait. Sometimes you need to be patient. So yeah, I think now the Jenkins had started in the system. So now how can we verify if the Jenkins is started? For that we can do the check status of the Jenkins. So now let's check the status of the Jenkins. So okay, so now as you can see, the Jenkins is active, and now let's see on which port it is running, right? So by default I think it's normally run on the HTTP port 8080. That's the default port. So in the future I will show you how you can change that port if you want it. So now as you can see, Jenkins is running. So now let's see if we can verify if it is running. So let's see again the status. Okay, perfect. And now the Jenkins is running, and as you can see there is a ID here. So normally that is the ID, we're gonna need it soon. So let me show you what we're gonna do. As you know that normally the Jenkins is running on the port 8080. So now let's run Jenkins on the server. If you are running on localhost, you can use localhost. As I'm going to run on my Linux server, let me use the IP of this server. Okay, so now let me find out the IP 24.32.63. So now let me open my Google Chrome. So now let me just paste it. I do 10.24. Okay, I'm very bad at remembering 24, 32 and 63. 32.63. Perfect. So hopefully it will bring my Jenkins up. Let's wait. Maybe from there we'll figure out what's going on. Sometimes it can take some time. Hopefully I set it up correctly. What is wrong here? Now it is active. Let's troubleshoot together. 10.24.32.63. Okay, I'm doubting something. Okay, let me open my CMD. Let me see if I can ping. Okay, I can ping it. Let me see if I can telnet the port. Telnet V8080. Okay, you can see that my system cannot access the port. So basically the port is not enabled on my Linux server. So that means we need now to enable the port in this server so that we can continue using Jenkins. Now let's enable the port here. Okay, so let's check how can we create a port. So let me first check which port I have already. So for you to check which ports you have, you can run this command sudo firewall cmd list ports. So basically it's gonna give you the list of ports you have. If you do not have that port enabled, you can literally run this command, which I'm going to edit on the description. You can see that I did sudo firewall cmd add port equal to 8080, then I do, maybe I create 8081. As you can see, I created successfully. Just we need to reload the firewall command. You see, I reloaded it. Then let's see the list of port we enabled. So as you can see, now the 8080 and 8081 TCP is enabled. So now let's try to see if we can telnet to those ports. Perfect. So that means we are able to telnet. Now let's figure out if still our Jenkins command is running. So let's do again the status check. So I'm going to do again the status check of the thing. Then we try to access. Perfect. You can see it is active and running. Let's copy this, because this key you will be needing it actually. Okay, Control C. Also you can find this key in a folder. So that one I will show you. So now let's try to browse it. 8080. You see, now you have Jenkins. So now I'm going to put that password I copied and I continue. I'm not going to save it. So basically, as you can see now, it is telling you customize Jenkins. So it is telling you install suggested plugin or select plugins to install. So for me, I normally go for recommended one, but if you want, you can really choose whatever you want. So now let me go install suggested plugin. As you can see, it is telling you to install all these plugins they need. So we have to wait for a bit. So yeah, let's wait for a bit to finish. So it can take couple of time. So just be patient a bit. Yeah. Okay. So basically, what I like to tell you guys, while you're installing this kind of new tools or setting up, you can face many issues. Sometimes just don't leave it up. Try to Google it, try to search it. Just go basic. If you do your basic correct, you know that everything is set up well. So yeah, you just have to do your basic right. And sometimes try to understand the technology in a better perspective. So if I can say, try to simplify it. Don't overthink it. There is no rocket science in technology. You just need to know what you're supposed to do, and you break it down to simple tasks, and you will realize that it is very simple things. So yeah, let's wait a bit. Hopefully it will take less than 1 minute. I know you'll be feeling bored in the video because it is still installing, but I would love to show you each step instead of skipping it out. So basically whatever you are seeing, you can see that all these are kind of libraries they use. So you can see they are using a lot of these libraries, because you know Jenkins is also a application which developed on Java platform. So sometimes they need all these Java application beans so that they can make use of it. So guys, as you can see, the libraries now they are almost downloaded. Okay, let's wait for it. Oh, it had taken lot time, right? So now it will tell you to create a username. So I'm going to create my username admin. Password obviously I will not tell you. So full name, I'm going to write my full name. Email address, okay, I'm just going to write my email address. Then I will do save and continue. Let me just do save and continue. So as you can see, Jenkins URL, it is telling you to insert the instance configurations on 8080. You can just maybe do not now. You can, you see you have skipped the configure Jenkins URL to configure, go to manage Jenkins page. You can do that later actually, because sometimes you need to be very careful while you are setting the URL. So that's why you need to go there properly and see if everything is fine, then you set it up. Now you can see start using Jenkins. You can just start using the Jenkins now. Perfect. So now in the Jenkins, this is your profile. So basically you can configure, there is credentials where you can create system users, give them passwords and all of these kind of things. It's basically kind of take it just like a Facebook or Instagram. Just try to search out, sit down, try to see what functionality is there. So obviously I will be bringing some new features and new functionality, telling you how to do it. But for my part 1 video, so this one will be enough. So I'll bring a part 2 where I'm gonna show you how to manage credential, how to create jobs, how to pull from a Git repository and automate the pipeline. So it is very simple. So we'll go through it. As you can see, it have managed credential. You can see like most of the things are here. So now just let's focus how to set up the Jenkins. Once your Jenkins is up and running, so I will show you how to set up a CI/CD pipeline. So thank you guys for watching my video today. So this is all about the Jenkins setup, and if you have any questions or if you face any issue, just write me comment below, so I'll help you out. If you want me to reach out, just write the comment. I'll also help you in the Skype if you need my help. So just subscribe my channel and support me. Take care, guys. Have a good day.